in a money spot, like if they fought, like,
man, that's a great point. That the way the board just kind of sits today, that 10 to 15 spot is just, there's going to be tons of choices there. So maybe you can find somebody that wants to trade up, or you'll just have a great selection option of multiple options right there in that middle of the round if you decide to stay there.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you wanted to get extra seconds or something with that and just keep trading back, you could do it, man. And that's where I think you're sitting in a spot with the first pick in the second round, which, by the way, is the 32nd instead of 33rd this year.
Yeah.
You're sitting in a money spot where you can. It's not going to happen with the running backs, but you could maybe get the best safety in the draft. You can maybe get the best tight end in the draft. You can maybe get the best guard in the draft. You can maybe get the best center in the draft. There's going to be a lot of value there, but the positions that aren't valued that can make big impacts with the fact that, you know, day one concludes and then you get to sleep on it and you sit there, you're gonna be that's exciting to me. I'm a second round whore, dude, because the first round, we have a pretty good idea what's going to happen in the first round for 4 months. And we're talking about it all the time. And there's like an occasional trade, but there are surprises, but you have like a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Second round, you don't know, man. The little, it just takes a little surprise and then boom. I wish they had a couple seconds, man. If they could trade and get like another second, like if they could trade back, like let's say they're sitting there at 15 and someone likes, let's say that Richardson falls and someone wants to roll the dice on Richardson. You trade back to the 20s and you get their second or something like that. And maybe like a third. That's where you really, really, really can do some work. Really do some work.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times. That's exactly where a team can really find exceptional value. You know, the decay in the contract value from number one overall pick to 15 down to pick 35 to 45 to 60 is just, there's a ton of value there. I mean, you really can get a good player, or you can get a really good cost controlled player at that point. And if, like you've talked about, if you're moving back from pick 15, you know, pick 12 as it currently is, if you were to move back from 12 to say like 18 and pick up, like say you wanted to move back with the Jets or somebody like that who was at pick 18 and you're at pick 12, you trade back with them, move back to 18, get their number 49 pick, which is their second rounder. And, you know, maybe might have to do like a day 3 swap or something like that. For the most part, it's a fairly good trade. And like you said, right there, you're picking up your another second rounder and you move back only 6 spots and you're still going to have an optimal player to pick up at slot 18. So I think you're right on it. I mean, that's going to be, if Cleveland ends up where, you know, in that 15 range, there's going to be so many options.
And you're also in a range where if, like, let's say you use your 2 picks, but let's say that you get to 22, you get to 23, you like somebody. I mean, you could, what are you giving up? An extra 3 to move up into the first round and get an extra year on the rookie contract? Like, if you like Gibbs out of Alabama at running back, or you like Johnson, the safety out of A&M, you like someone else. I mean, with that 1-2 first pick of the second round, what are you really having to give up? You know?
Yeah, I think
you're
like
trading up 10 spots at that point.
Yeah, Minnesota, I think when they traded up for Bridgewater, they gave their 4th round. They moved up from 40 to 32, and they gave up their 4th round pick to make that move.
Exactly. I mean,
to move up 8 spots.
That's worth it. So, and then if they did that and they gave up their 4th to move up 8 spots from 32 to 22 or whatever, 26, whatever, you still have 2/3 too. So you could probably get back in the mix in the second. There's just a lot of stuff going on.